welcome back to Cooking with the Salmons, and this is Greg. Now today I'm going to be teaching you how to make red peas soup, and I'm going to be doing it with salted pig's tail. Alright, now I make this soup quite often and everyone seems to love it, so I'm going to go ahead and teach you how to do it. Now Saturdays are normally the days when we have soup day in Jamaica, and this is always my favorite soup. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and teach you guys how to do that now. But before I do that, just go ahead now and take this time to hit that subscribe button. Alright, just subscribe, hit the post notification bell so that you'll be notified each time we post. Okay? Alright, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay guys, these are the ingredients that we're using for our red peas soup with pig's tail, a salted pig's tail. So as you can see here, we have the salted pig's tail. We have the peas that's been soaked in water, and also we have some garlic in there to help to flavor it. We also have our corn and our scallion and Irish potatoes. We also have scallion, we have thyme, and we have some onions that's diced, and Scotch bonnet pepper. We also have our chicken flavored soup mix. You can use whichever you choose. There's a cock soup or whatever soup mix you would like, that would be fine as well. We also have the coconut milk. This one is a powdered version, and we'll mix it with water and create the coconut milk. If you have the one in the tin or the can, that's also fine. Now, for the potatoes, we have Irish potatoes. All right. We also have sweet potatoes. So we're going to be using Irish potatoes and sweet potatoes, and I'm going to give you a distinction in the yams that we'll be using and the sweet potato. All right, so just to make a distinction, in the Caribbean household, this is what we call yam. All right, and this is yellow yam. There are many different types of yams, but this is yellow yam, the one that's normally preferred for cooking soups. So we're not talking about the yams that you use to make candied yams on Thanksgiving or whatever other function. That looks something similar to this, to sweet potatoes. But whenever you hear yam being mentioned, this is what we are talking about. So we'll peel it and slice it. All right. Now for our seasonings, the rest of our seasonings, I'll be using some allspice, that's pimento berries. I'm using some black pepper, some granulated onions, which is the same as onion powders or similar. Also granulated garlic, and we'll be using or putting in our dumplings. This is the dough to make the dumplings. All right. Now there's going to be a tutorial above that shows how to make this dough. All right, so you can go ahead and check it out. All right, it will be in a link above. Okay guys, so for the purposes of the video, I am going to be doing this in a two-stage process. All right, normally you would soak the pig's tail in water overnight, and thus taking away some of the salt. All right, so if you soak it overnight, by the next day you don't necessarily need to do the boiling process to remove the salt. Now what I'm gonna do to get rid of a lot of the salt, because it's really salty, I'm gonna boil this. I'm gonna boil it about 3 times and change the water. After the third boil, it should be ready with the right amount of salt, because if you had this now, it would be extremely salty and you won't be able to eat it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this boiled. Then I will combine it with the peas. Okay, so for the peas, I'm gonna go ahead and boil the peas or cook the peas just for in the interest of time, and I don't want to, you know, wait until the salt is out of the pig's tail before I start the peas. So I'm gonna go ahead and start cooking the peas, and when the pigtail is ready, I'll add that to the pot. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and cover this and let the peas cook until we're ready to add the pig's tail. Okay guys, so now that we have gotten that initial stage out of the way, now this is the peas. I'm gonna go ahead and season the pot with the peas. So in goes our green onions or scallions. I'm gonna put in my thyme, my pepper, and my onions. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and season the pot. So I'm gonna put in some of the powdered onions. All right. A little bit of the powdered garlic. Just a little bit of black pepper. Some allspice berries. And then I'm gonna add the meat. So the meat and the peas will cook for about 45 minutes to an hour. And then we'll go ahead and add our ground provisions, the dumplings, the corn, the potatoes, the carrots, and everything else. All right. So let's cover this and let it cook for about 45 minutes. I'll keep checking periodically to make sure that the meat and the peas are cooked. All right. Okay guys, so this has been cooking for about 45 minutes or so. The peas as well as the meat has been cooked. So my next step is to add the food, which includes the dumplings, the yams, the carrots, sweet potatoes. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead now and add my carrots. I'm gonna add my corn. Yams and sweet potatoes are next. We'll go ahead and add our dumplings. Now I made two different type of dumplings. Just the regular round ones that they would call, you know, the small cartwheels. And then there are the spinners. These little long ones that you just roll them between your hands like this. And there you have it. All right. All right, I'll go ahead and give this a stir. All right, and then cover and leave to cook. We'll be back to add the coconut milk as well as the chicken noodles and basically season to taste. So at that point we'll taste it and decide whether or not we need to add some more seasonings. All right, so we'll be back. Okay guys, so now I'm going to be adding the coconut milk. All right, so let's add the coconut milk at this point. Stir it in. right? And then let it boil for a little bit. And then the last thing I'm going to be adding is the chicken noodle soup packets. All right, that will give the soup added flavor as well. All right, so let's cover this and let it cook for a little while. Okay guys, so here we go with the noodles. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the entire pack in. Give it a good stir. All right, this is gonna add additional flavor. Now, after the noodle has been added, you can always check to see if it's if you need more salt or if it needs any more seasoning. All right, but this should be good. All right, you can go ahead and let this cook down for probably another 15 or 20 minutes, and then you're ready to eat. All right. Okay guys, here we are. I've now turned the stove off, and this is what we have. Look at this. The right thickness. Everything is cooked perfectly. We have our dumplings or yams or corn. Everything is perfect. All right. Go ahead and take these out. But everything else is fine. This is what you call a real rich pig's tail with red peas soup. And there you have it, Jamaican style red peas soup. All right, now if you have gained any knowledge from this video, please hit thumbs up, please subscribe to our channel and hit the post notification bell so you'll be notified each time we post. If you're a new subscriber, thank you for subscribing. If you have been here from day one, thank you so much for your continued support. And until next time, walk good, one love, and big up on yourself.